Ciao! This is War Machine, and apart from having one of my favourite actors, Alan Ritchson, in it, which, well, saying that he's one of my favourite actors is kind of because I've not seen him in too many other things apart from Reacher. But I do rate him as an actor, and this is one of the first action films or films I've actually seen him in. And I think one of the things that's put me off watching this so far is A, it's a Netflix film, which can be good or bad, but coupling that with a 54% Metascore and a 6.3 out of 10 IMDb score, which has kind of forced me to put it on the back burner. But my parents have been on about it for such a long time, I thought, hey, alright, they haven't got bad taste, and there's not really many films I want to watch at the moment, so I thought, hey, let's give it a try. I think I was kind of lucky on this one also, is the fact that when I booted up the trailer, I only watched part of it, and because of that, certain things were kind of a surprise for me. Basically, what it boils down to, kind of, is Alan plays 81, a guy that has some bad luck, who's already in the special forces, who witnessed his brother die but couldn't quite save him because of certain circumstances. Now, they both wanted to get into this special operations type guerrilla warfare type unit, and it comes down to, because his brother died, he's now going to try and get past the finish line of this special ops unit. Really surprisingly to me as well, Dennis Quaid was actually in it. I didn't recognise him at first, but he is in it. Anywho, after days of training, or weeks, or whatever it was, and whittling down the numbers, everyone that they didn't think would make it was basically told to go home, pack your things, get out of here, you have not made it, you will not be one of them. The first portion of the film is basically that, and 81's struggle mentally, physically, to do what he needs to do in order to kind of like fulfill his and his brother's wishes to make it until the end of this, recruitment stage. In fact, he's so hell-bent in achieving this task that, well, he almost kills himself at one point. This whole first act, or first part of the film, is actually done quite well. There wasn't any parts where I know it was slower than the rest of the film that you kind of like feel, this is boring, or at least I didn't. Although, bear in mind, I'm not a critique. I am just seeing it from my point of view. And yes, I fully realise that these films are meant to be like sit down, kind of switch your brain off a little bit. So bear that in mind as well. The second half of this film kind of ramps it up a lot. Basically, they're tasked with getting from A point to B point across kind of like a finish line, whilst doing some tasks in between. When they're actually put into this task, things definitely don't go as planned. Earlier on in the film, it is kind of hinted and showed the fact that there is an asteroid that is going past Earth. In fact, it's kind of happened in real life. I think it was, 31 Atlas or whatever it was called. And this film takes kind of that and then makes it into the alien invasion. Basically, bits shard off, they hit Earth, and there you go. These mechanical monstrosity land on Earth and then basically get up and start walking around. These have massive arsenals, and it is pretty apparent right from the beginning of these scenes that they are enemies and they want to take over, destroy, or, they don't really say what they want, mainly because they don't really speak. And then it comes down to a cat and mouse of the infantry to get back and hopefully warn people. And then it's got all the discovery and all that lot. It's really done, to my mind, pretty decently. I wouldn't say it's the best thing I've ever seen, but it's pretty decent. So that kind of apprises the whole second act. And to my mind, I've actually enjoyed it. There is a few cliche, kind of like, I've seen this before, type things in the actual film. And as I said, it's kind of like a turn part of your brain off, sit down, relax, shut up, and don't question too many things. Now, as I said, I am not a big film critic, whatever you want to call it. I'm kind of like the average person that sit down and watch this on Netflix for free and just feel, actually, I've been entertained. And I think that's what they're going for here. I don't think I'm going to be spoiling it by saying this, but there are going to be, hopefully, if what they've said is true, sequels to this, or at least to start with, a sequel. I found the acting was pretty decent and the range was also pretty decent, hitting, heartstrings at times and also giving those gasp moments here and there. Special effects was pretty decent as well, and I'm glad they kept it to a minimum. Yes, there were quite a few explosions, there was quite a few times that you saw things, but to be fair, there's more non-CGI bits than there are CGI bits, and I think they could have gone a lot further with the CGI, but I'm kind of glad that they did not. And to them ends, I think I'm going to be giving War Machine a pretty decent 7 out of 10. I'd say it is above average. I'd say 6.3 above average, which is pretty decent, but I'm going to go for 7 out of 10. I'd definitely say it's worth more than a 5 out of 10, let's put it that way. If you've watched War Machine or you're thinking of watching War Machine, let us know down in the comments what you actually think about it. And do you agree or disagree? Leave it all in the comments, like, subscribe. Thank you very much. Keep it switch heads.